Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. The co-pilot of the German Wings Airbus 320 has been identified. He's 28-year-old Andrea Lubitz. According to what's being released, he had a little over 600 hours of total airtime. And that's sort of surprising that he would be allowed to be a co-pilot with those few hours. What's also been reported is that the airline itself, a couple of weeks ago, had a strike. And it appears that they were allowing people to do certain job functions that they really weren't qualified to do. This whole thing is totally insane. What Fox News also reported is that over the past 20, 30 years, there have been 5 separate incidences where pilots intentionally crashed the airplanes along with the passengers that they were entrusted to care for. One I recall that happened maybe 10 years ago, an Egyptian airline flying to, I believe, Boston, crashed into the Atlantic Ocean. When they finally recovered the black box, you could hear the pilot screaming, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. What I find amazing is that the French prosecutors are saying that this wasn't an act of terror. Well, if it wasn't an act of terror, what was it? The families are being brought to the site. Some are traveling by car, by bus. Some are traveling by plane. The families of the pilots and the co-pilot are traveling separately for obvious reasons. This whole thing's insane. What do you think this is going to do to the airline industry? How many billions, multi-billions of dollars are not going to flow into the airline industry because people are going to be terrified to fly? When you board an airplane, many times you can see into the cockpit before the plane is pushed back. What are people going to think as they look into the cockpit and they see the pilot and they see the co-pilot? It's got to be scary. It's got to be real scary. I don't understand how the French prosecutor can think this is anything other than an act of terror. Whether it was a choice by suicide, the end result is terror. For those just before impact, and for those of us that consider taking a flight. How many of those people that consider taking a flight have elected to cancel those flights? I gotta believe there's an awful lot. We'll learn more about Andrea Lubitz as his emails, as his Facebook, if he is on Facebook, as any other media outlet that he might have been on, will help us get a glimpse as to why he did what he did. One of the first things I would be looking for is if he attended a mosque. And which mosque? I gotta believe that's gotta be one of the areas that are gonna be diligently pursued. I hope that's the case. And if it is proven that he's a convert, how could that be? As Hillary Rodham Clinton said, it's a peaceful, loving religion. It's unfair for me at this point to tie Andrea Lubitz into being an Islamic convert. But we'll see. There's obviously something that caused him to do what he did. Was it the 72 virgins? I don't know. I hope we all find out real soon. I told you what I think. Let me know what you think.